Well, hello my fellow car modelers, how you doing today? Anytime is a good time for old 55 gasser. What do you say? Guess what? That's really not what this video is about. I got something to show you. Oh man! We'll be right back. Let's listen to the music. Oh, that was one heck of a calamity. Wreck at the end of the drag strip here. No, this thing was just mocked up. But I'm really not here to show you my really cool 55 Chevy that I was working on about 20 years ago, and I went into the box, and it's the first time I've seen it in a long time. But what we want to discuss are those springs right there. I'm going to show you how I made those. Those are scratch built. I'm going to show you how to make scratch built springs. What do you think about that? And hey, you're getting a cool look at my little old gasser here. It was going to be a look at the carpet in there. All might as well let you take a look. Carpet's all peeling up on it. That thing is just some wreckage, man. Cool old race car. Was having fun with it, but we scratch built this whole front clip here, and I scratch built the brackets or shackles. That's what it is. Not sure. I think this axle right there, that came from the AMT 53 Ford pickup. I just always liked that axle. I just love that thing. But I just wanted to have a real aggressive home built front end was the idea of this old rattle trap that I was building. But what we want to talk about are those springs. And I'm going to show you how I make springs. I've done it quite a few times, and it is something neat. But I'm going to have to set all this stuff off to the side, because that was just a part of the intro. We are not going to be needing that. So let me get all my stuff together, and I'm going to show you how to make leaf springs just like that. It's really easy, and it turns out really neat. You're watching the Luka Cee channel on YouTube. Okay, so basic materials you need some styrene strap, whatever width you decide to go with. This is a pretty good one for doing some basic springs we're going for. This is, let's see, it is about a thickness of 20 thousandths. And then you want to use some tubing, not solid rod, because you're going to need that hole through there. You'll see what this is for. And this is, and I'm using all evergreen product here, and this one is about 95 thousandths. And I just pulled out of the junk box a frame. And let's say we're going to be wanting to do, you want to build up shackles. You can even use the same stuff to build yourself shackles if you know you want to kind of make some shackles on that side and that side, but we're mainly concentrating on the spring. So what you want to do is we're going to want to connect from that spot to that spot. We're going to take my gauge right here as my measuring stick, and it is 24 scale is a ½ inch equals a foot. So there you go right there. And so we're wanting to be roughly about a scaled 3.5 feet we're going to be going for. So that is from there to there is the amount of space you want to go. Now you take that, your strip here, this is going to be your main spring. We're going to do 3 leaves for this spring. So right there, then if we're going in 24 scale feet, 3.5 feet's right there, but that would be straight across. You want to leave a little bit more depending on how far you want to arc that thing. So if we want it to be arched or arced about that much, it's going to put you at exactly, you want to go at 4 feet. So that is what we're going to go with. Our first one will be, this is the main leaf, will be 4 feet long. Put the frame right over there. Then you want to do one that is just, you can just eyeball it at this point. I'm going to go ahead and kind of follow the lines right here. I'm going to go with one that's just a little shorter, about by that much. And then our third one will be even shorter than that. We'll take it at about, and if you're, because you're wanting to be the same with both, you want to go ahead and copy these cuts for the other side of the springs, but we're not going to worry about that. You can always just use the old one, the original ones that you cut, measure them out good and cut to where they're all the same size. So you want basically a set of 2, but we're just doing one side. We're not going to worry about it. How much of an arch did we want? Okay, this is going to put us, we need a curvature about that. We've got our 3 pieces, you see them there, and we want to figure out exactly, like there's our 4 feet. Let's make a mark right at the center, and we bring this in here. Center is important. This will keep your leaves equal on both sides. There we go. Now we've marked the centers. Now to get that arch, you kind of look at the arch that we're wanting. You want to find a cylinder of some sort, and you can use these. That'd be too small, obviously. Any of your paint bottles, Mr. Leveling, is that good enough? That might give us our arch. I actually want to go a little bit less of an arch just to play it safe. I think this found a use for Rust-Oleum. It's about the only good use for it right here. Damn! Yeah, I said that. So we're going to take this Rust-Oleum can just real quick. Let's see. Let match up the arch. Yeah, look at that. You can see right there, that point to that point. We put the Rust-Oleum can right there. Yeah, that's really the perfect arch right there. You need some tape. Take that main, tape the main spring to this bottle, nice and tight. You want to get it nice and tight on there. Alrighty, so you see that? It's on there very tight. Now this is where we needed to have that, first of all, the tape is in the way. I'm going to have to peel back the tape a little bit. So we have quick reaction. I'm going to just use my Maxi Cure. This is CA glue. I'm going to put just a dab there, dab there. I'm going to try to run a little bit of a bead. Right across there. Line that up perfect. And hold her down. If I had a third arm, I would grab my accelerant here. Okay, and you can see we're still kind of lifting up a little bit right there and right over here. We got to get those down good onto the spring. I'm going to take a little bit more glue, stick it down into there, right down in there. We need to get, okay, so you see that we've got that second leaf down real good. Now we'll take the third leaf right here, get the glue, line up those red marks so we're right in the center. You got to make sure you're getting them all straight, which I didn't, because it's hard to do this stuff and film at the same time. I can't really put my face where I wanted, so these are a little off, but you can work on it. You want to make sure you get all those nice and straight to make a better looking leaf. It's a little off just because I couldn't look at it straight on. I'm kind of doing it fast, so take your time. You can do a better, neater job. But look what it does. It automatically arches it. Keeps it arched, because when they're bent like that, they all hold themselves in the arched position. Something I've also done sometimes is you can take a piece of strap, maybe a smaller strap, and wrap it around there to kind of make your crimps that sometimes are on these springs, or sometimes they're bolted together like that. Depends on how you want to do it. And again, we get our spring. Look at that, they hit the points. Perfect. Now if you use the same size straps, same length straps, do it on the same curve, they're going to be exactly the same. And then this is where the tubing comes into play. You can go ahead and kind of cut your tubing to be the same width as your spring. I'm really super eyeball engineering. It's probably good to even go a little bit bigger than the spring, but however you want. This basically creates your spring eye, and you can put it wherever you want it. A little glue, put a little glue on the end of your deal there, and glue that on there. There, you made your spring eye. At this point, well, first we could do a little test, but you see, got your spring eye. You have a hole here if you wanted to put a bolt through there when you make your shackles. But what I would do at this point is, now, because I made it just a slightly bigger than the spring leaf, you know, you get that when it's all nice and set, you can kind of trim it to, or sand it where it'll kind of be the same size as the, or width of the leaf. And you can come in with a little bit of sanding. You can sand that down real good to where it'll mold right into there and look like it curves around, and it's the spring curled around to create the spring eye. See that? And there you go. That's how you can make your own springs. And you know what? These are actually, you get them in there, they are, once it's anchored into the frame, they're very workable. You can actually make some working suspension if you care to. They are, you know, springable, and it will hold up your model car. They are mighty strong. Very easy to make. So there you go. Leaf springs, really simple to make. That's how I got that look on that gasser. I've done it several times, making all different kinds of leaf spring, monster truck leaf springs, off-road vehicles, all kinds of things. But it's really cool to do it with gassers. Make your own leaf springs. It'll get the job done, and you'll have some good looking leaf springs. Alrighty, I hope you learned something from this, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks a bunch for watching. And as you all know, I have taken down my Teespring store. So at this time, I don't have any merch for sale, no shirts, no mugs. We'll be bringing them back. I'm kind of searching for a new company to work with. But if you did put in an order, it will be fulfilled before I, you know, if you obviously put it in before I shut it down. They're still processing the order, so you will get yours. But I thank you very much for your support. But we still have our Patreon. It's in the description below. You want to be one of the producers and have your name in the scroll that you're about to see, get on over there and check it out. And I just want to thank you all. So, this is a horrible looking frame, isn't it? But model cars are still fun. Always will be fun. And because of them being so fun, we are going to, I did glue my fingers together, and I did cut some styrene tonight. We'll see you in the next video. Here's the producers.